In 1615, up in a quiet mountain training hall in old-time Japan, a wise teacher posed a question to his pupil that would flip his whole world upside down. "Teacher," he said, "if you're up against 10 foes with your blade, how many do you think you can take down?" The eager young fighter replied without hesitation, "Every single one of them, teacher." But the elderly guide just shook his head. Soft music fades in. "No, that's not right. You'd end up defeating 0. The second you start fixating on all 10, you've already fallen to the very first one." This was the tricky puzzle that all true warriors back then had to figure out. Real success doesn't come from just swinging your weapon or making moves. It comes from being fully in the moment. It's not about fancy skills, but about your mindset. Not the blade you're holding, but the calm quiet inside your spirit. The fighters who got this, gentle music swells, turn into stories people told for generations. The ones who didn't, they ended up as forgotten bodies on the ground. And here's a secret most folks overlook. Music builds. This idea isn't really about battles at all. It's about how to live your life. Right this second, you're probably juggling 10 different struggles. Your job, your connections with people, staying healthy, finding meaning. And you're dropping the ball on everyone for the exact same reason those warriors lost their lives 4 centuries back. You're scattered all over the place instead of right here. You're worrying about 10. Music intensifies threats at once rather than dealing with the one staring you down. So, the big question is, are you prepared to discover what those ancient warriors truly understood? The wake-up call. Takeshi's embarrassment. It was the year 1615 in feudal Japan. The Tokugawa rulers had finally brought peace to the land after endless years of fighting among clans. But tucked away in the hills of Hida region, music plays softly. One training hall still taught the traditional ways. Takeshi was just 17 when humiliation hit him hard. He'd been studying there for 5 full years. 5 years of blade work, quiet reflection, and poring over old texts. He could perform slices and thrusts with perfect form. His attacks were quick, accurate, and looked flawless on the surface. But deep down, he had an issue that no extra drills could fix. He was scared. In practice fights using wooden sticks called bakken, Takeshi's thoughts would spin out of control. What if I get struck? What if I mess up? What if the teacher spots my flaws? His muscles, music rises would tighten up. His breaths would get short and shaky. All that spotless skill would fall apart. The other trainees picked up on it, murmuring behind his back in the hall. Takeshi's got solid moves, but no real heart. He overthinks everything. He'll never make it through the big challenge. Ah, the challenge, the ultimate trial. Music underscores tension that turned pupils into real warriors. It was a genuine duel with actual blades against a seasoned expert. Not meant to kill, but to push right up to the edge where death feels real and unavoidable. Most kids face this. Music deepens around age 18. Takeshi was already 17 and a half, yet his guide, Yamamoto the Wise One, hadn't brought it up at all. One night after practice, Takeshi gathered his courage and went to his teacher. The old man was kneeling properly in front of the training hall's altar, eyes shut in deep thought. Takeshi knelt down too and waited patiently. 5 minutes passed, then 10, then 15. At last, Yamamoto opened his eyes. "Teacher," Takeshi said, his voice a bit unsteady. "When do you think I'll be prepared for the challenge?" The guide looked him over closely. Those eyes had witnessed countless clashes and shaped thousands of learners. They missed nothing. "In terms of skill, you're ready right this instant," Yamamoto replied. "But skill alone doesn't count for much." "I don't get it, teacher." "Get up. Grab your wooden stick." Takeshi stood and held his bakken firmly. "Now try to hit me." Takeshi lifted, music swells, his weapon, but his grip trembled. His teacher was defenseless, still kneeling. It was an ideal chance to strike. Yet something held him back. I can't do it, teacher." Music pauses dramatically. "And why is that?" "Because you're my guide. It wouldn't be proper." Yamamoto's expression turned stern. "Prope. That's not the real reason. You're fooling yourself. The truth is, you're frightened. Frightened of what comes next after you swing. Frightened of how I'll respond. Frightened of messing up." Those words landed on Takeshi. Music hits hard, like actual punches. Your thoughts are scattered in 10 different directions, except the one that truly matters. This spot, this instant. Right here and now. The impact felt like real, music echoes strikes. Until you master being fully in the moment, you'll never truly be a warrior. You'll just be a skilled body waiting to fall. Go and reflect on this. That evening, music softens, Takeshi lay awake, staring at the moon's glow through his tiny window. He'd poured 5 years into becoming a warrior. 5 years of giving up comforts, enduring hurt, sticking to rules. And he was failing, not because of his physical strength, but because of what was going on in his head. He recalled the teacher's line, "Your thoughts are in 10 spots." Music fades, it rang true. In every spar, Takeshi was fixated on the end result, on appearing strong, on avoiding failure. Anything but the actual instant of the fight. As the sun started to rise, Takeshi decided he would uncover the solution no matter what it took. The core idea, Shoshin, the fresh mindset. The following day, Yamamoto, the wise one, declared, "No blade drills today. Instead, we're tidying up." The trainees held back their sighs, keeping their cool. Discipline was key. They spent the whole day scrubbing the training hall, mopping floors, polishing weapons. Music plays lightly, arranging the altar. Basic chores, stuff that seemed mindless. Or at least, that's what Takeshi figured. He brushed the same wooden planks he'd cleaned 100 times. His mind drifted off. This is useless. I ought to be practicing. The challenge is looming. I need to sharpen my skills, not fritter away time on this. Then he spotted something odd. The teacher was brushing too, but his approach was unique. Every sweep of the broom was intentional, concentrated, fully committed. When he moved it to the left, he was all in on that left sweep. Went to the right, fully on the right. There was a special essence to his actions, a full engagement that turned the ordinary job into something almost holy. Takeshi observed, completely captivated. Once the cleaning wrapped up, music transitions, the teacher summoned him. "What lesson did you take from today, Takeshi?" Takeshi paused. "That the hall needs to stay spotless." Yamamoto smiled faintly. "That's not it. Follow me." They headed to a small reflection room at the back of the main hall. Inside, a lone hanging paper displayed 2 symbols in beautiful writing. Shoshin, the teacher, music hums, explained, fresh mindset. Do you grasp what this represents? No, deeper than just starting fresh. When someone new grabs a blade for the very first time, what's filling their head? Takeshi pondered. Wonder, concentration on picking it up. Yes. And what else? Nothing more. Just the blade itself. Just that instant. Spot on. The fresh mindset is clear of hopes, clear of worries, clear of anything but the here and now. The newcomer isn't dreaming of being the top fighter. They're only focused on this hold, this position, this motion. The teacher, music continues softly, knelt down. Takeshi did the same. Now, tell me, Takeshi, when you're brushing the floor, where are your thoughts? Shame washed over Takeshi. All over, thinking about drills, the challenge, what's ahead. And in Bakken fights, music builds the same, obsessing over results, impressing others, not flopping. So you're never really there for any of it. You're brushing while dreaming of blades. Music, you're drilling blades while stressing over tests. You're always one beat behind what's real. The teacher's words were kind, but cut deep. A warrior's strongest tool, music, isn't the katana blade. It's full engagement. Zanshin, lingering alertness. Fudoshin, unshakable mindset. Mushin, everyday mindset. All lead to music, the same core. Be fully here right now. He pointed at the hanging paper. Shoshin is the base. Clear your head of countless distractions. Tackle only what's directly ahead. Takeshi gazed at the symbols. Shoshin, fresh mindset. Teacher, where do I train this? Yamamoto stood up. From tomorrow, your training changes. Every single thing you do, eating, strolling, brushing, blade work, you'll do it with total focus. When eating, just eat. Music, when strolling, just stroll. When swinging the blade, only the blade exists. Nothing more. For how long? Until it clicks. Music could be a month, a year, or maybe never. It's up to you. That evening, Takeshi started. He sat for reflection, but instead of pushing for some goal, he just sat, breathing fully there. Ideas popped up. Am I getting this? Is it helping? What if I flop? Each time, music lingers. He noted the idea and went back to his breath. Here now, this instant alone, it was tougher than anything he'd faced before. If you're starting to see how full engagement could reshape your life, just like it did for Takeshi, come join our group focused on engagement and meaning. Sign up and journey with us as we dig into the old warrior insights that music forged today's strengths. The challenge. 30 days of full engagement. The initial week felt like pure agony. Takeshi's thoughts fought back against staying in the moment. Every task dragged on forever. Having breakfast turned into an endless stretch. Walking to the practice area felt like pushing through thick sludge. His inner voice yelled, "This is worthless. You're losing precious time. Others are improving while you're just being." But he kept going because the teacher had laid out a path, and Takeshi was committed to seeing it through. In week 2, things shifted a bit. During early morning reflection, music starts gently. Takeshi felt something unusual. For a brief few seconds, the non-stop noise in his head quieted. Not from forcing it, it simply hushed. In that quiet space, he picked up on the breeze rustling leaves outside, the old wood creaking his own pulse. It was like snapping awake from a lifelong doze, like opening his eyes wide for the first music grows time ever. The quiet slipped away. The mental buzz came back. But now Takeshi knew that stillness was achievable. Full engagement was genuine. He ramped up music his efforts. When brushing, he became the act of brushing. The broom's motion, the whisking sound on wood, the feel in his limbs, that was his whole world. When having meals, music, he savored each bit of rice. Chewed deliberately, truly felt the basic nourishment. When walking, every step was whole. From heel, touching down to toes, lifting, shifting weight, keeping steady. The fellow trainees figured he'd lost it. Takeshi moves like an elder now. He eats music like a holy man. Has he quit on warrior life? But the teacher observed silently, waiting. Week 3 delivered the true trial, a practice fight. Takeshi went up against another learner, a skilled one named Kenji who'd already cleared his big challenge. They gripped their bakken. The old Takeshi would have been swamped with worries. Kenji's superior. What if I lose badly in front of everyone? I have to wow the teacher. The new Takeshi just stood, fully aware in the moment. Kenji lunged. A swift downward blow, and magic unfolded. Takeshi's form shifted without overthinking. He dodged sideways, blocked, and struck back in one smooth flow. No planning, no delay, just pure reaction. Kenji staggered away, stunned. They lined up again, clashed once more. This time, Takeshi wasn't battling Kenji. Music, he was simply there with the instant. When Kenji acted, Takeshi answered, not from memorized moves, but from right now awareness. The bout finished. Kenji bowed low. That felt new. You've transformed. Takeshi returned the bow, quiet. But inside, insight was blooming. Full engagement wasn't merely a sitting practice. It was the root of all fighter strength. When fully in the moment, you don't act out of fear or calculation. You react from alertness. And alertness is always quicker, always better fitted, always stronger than pondering. That night, the teacher called him aside. Tomorrow, Yamamoto said, music, you'll take on your final challenge. Takeshi sensed fear bubbling up. Then he let it fade. Here now, just this. Yes, teacher, I'm prepared. For the first time in 5 years, he meant it. Warrior mind science. The facts behind full engagement. Before we pick up Takeshi's music tale, let's break down what was really going on in his head. Today's brain research has confirmed what warriors knew 400 years ago. Being in the moment is a skill you can build, and it actually reshapes your brain's wiring. When Takeshi trained full engagement, he was shutting down his default thinking network, or DMN. That's the part of the brain that handles daydreaming, self-focused thoughts, and worries about yesterday or tomorrow. Each time he pulled his focus back to now, he was beefing up his front brain area, the spot that manages concentration, handling feelings, and making smart choices. This isn't some mystical stuff. It's real changes you can see in scans. Research on people who reflect regularly shows thicker brain tissue, music in focus zones, and less activity in fear and worry spots. The warriors didn't have fancy machines, but they nailed the concept. Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's top blade master, music ever, put it in his book of 5 rings. In tactics, you should view far-off things as close and close things from afar. That's full engagement, the power to stay grounded while keeping a broad view, to face real danger without panicking. Taekwondo Soho, a spiritual guide who counseled many fighters, described it, music, like this. The mind needs to keep flowing because if it stops anywhere, the flow breaks, and that break harms the mind's health. Today's experts call this flow state. Warriors called it Mushin, no mind. But dig deeper. When Takeshi sparred with Kenji in total presence, his fears center in the brain, the amygdala, music had less sway over his actions. His body tapped into learned moves without conscious meddling. That's what no mind means. Not zero thoughts, but thoughts not running the show. The Hagakure, a warrior's everyday guide, says, think about certain death every day. When your body and mind are calm, picture yourself torn by arrows, guns, spears, blades. It sounds dark, but it's smart mind work. By embracing death, the biggest fear, warriors shook off its grip. They knew you can't dictate results. You can only handle the now. When fully engaged, fear doesn't vanish, but it stops bossing you. You notice it, music, accept it, and move forward anyway. This is Fudo Shin, the steady mind. Not ignoring feelings, but not letting them knock you off course. Takeshi had grasped this not from books, but from living it. Through 30 days of picking presence over scattered thoughts, alertness over ideas, just being over-striving, he was set for the big test. If this dive into old Japan strikes a chord with you, if you're eager to pick up warrior methods, music, for rock-solid engagement, join this channel. We're growing a group of folks who pick alertness over distractions, real being over show, the initial shift. The big challenge at dawn. The training hall's open yard. Takeshi stood dressed in his formal pants and top, wooden blade ready. Opposite him, Yamamoto the Wise One with a genuine katana, sharp metal. Yep, a live blade. That was how it went. Learner gets wood, expert gets steel. The gap in tools matched the skill gap. If the teacher chose, one cut could end Takeshi. Around the yard, fellow learners and experts from nearby halls watched. This was official, with observers for Takeshi's win or loss. Yamamoto spoke loud enough for all. Takeshi has trained 5 years. Today, he meets the challenge. Not to beat me, that can't happen, but to display warrior essence, to show full engagement under stress, to prove he's a true fighter. The old expert eased into a ready position. The katana, music, shone the early light. Takeshi's pulse raced. His fingers itched to shake. The old him would have been lost in a storm of thoughts. What if I flop? What if I shame myself? Music, what if it's fatal? What if? But the new him breathed deep, felt the earth under his feet. Music, heard the rustle in the tall grass, saw his teacher's setup. Here now, only this. The teacher advanced. Not all out. Music, just a probe strike. Swift, measured, targeting Takeshi's arm. Takeshi's form reacted. No calculation, no scheme, just presence. He shifted aside. The katana brushed by his ear like a whisper. He followed with his wooden blade. Not aiming to land, just flowing with the chance. The teacher blocked. They reset, circled each other. Another lunge, quicker now. A combo, overhead, then low sweep. Takeshi adapted smoothly. Block, evade, respond. The katana missed him clean. Whispers rippled around the yard. This wasn't typical. Most learners scrambled in defense the whole time. Takeshi was answering, adjusting, fully there. The teacher ramped it up. True battle speed, the kind that ends lives, music in real fights. And here's what went down. Takeshi quit striving to triumph. Music, quit trying to shine, quit trying, period. He was just with each breath, each shift, each now. The duel turned into a rhythm. Teacher strikes, Takeshi answers, not from drills, but from instant alertness. Zanshin, lingering alertness. Even post-block, Takeshi stayed sharp. Even post-counter, ready for next. 3 minutes ticked by, an age and a clash. Then the teacher pulled a surprise. He left the gap in his guard, wide open, obvious. Most learners would have jumped on it, eager for a score. Takeshi spotted it, knew it, ignored it. Music, because presence showed the reality. It was a setup, a lure to overextend. He held back. The teacher noticed. A silent nod between them. Then Yamamoto lowered his katana, stepped away, bowed low. That's enough. You've succeeded. Quiet fell. Then claps from the onlookers. Takeshi bowed, shaking now from the drop in tension, not fear from letting go. Later, alone, the teacher clarified. Takeshi, 5 years back you arrived dreaming of top blade mastery. Today you became more. You became engaged. The blade is merely a device. Presence is the true tool. When you skip that gap, music you showed insight. Young fighters chase wins in every swap. Music, true ones know some wins hide losses. Takeshi soaked it in, but a query stirred. Teacher, I've cleared the challenge. I'm a warrior officially, but it feels like a start, not a finish. Yamamoto smiled. Yes, this is the first shift from learner to warrior. But there's a second, from warrior to expert. For that, you leave this hall. Takeshi's eyes grew big. Leave. Yes, I'm directing you to the shrine on Mount Koya. Train with the holy men for a year. Not blades, but pure presence, spiritual sitting. Because the next stage isn't sharper fighting. It's rising above, fighting entirely. Takeshi believed he'd mastered presence. But in the hills with the spiritual guides, he'd learned his grasp was just a hint of the real thing. The deeper work was starting. Intense training phase. A year on Mount Koya. Mount Koya, a holy peak housing one of Japan's earliest spiritual centers. Takeshi showed up with his blades, his fighter's ego, his new warrior status. The lead holy man, Master Iku, eyed him with wisdom from 60 years of reflection. Set your blades by the entrance. No need for them here. But teacher, I'm a warrior. Here, you're a newcomer. Here, you learn to sit. And so kicked off Takeshi's toughest year yet. No blade drills, no fight prep, nothing tied to warrior ways. Instead, hours of zazen, sitting meditation. Just sitting, observing the mind, staying present. The first month was a mental battle. Music, Takeshi's thoughts rebelled. This is nonsense. You're a skilled fighter. You should be honing moves, not frozen like stone. His legs, music, hurt, his back throbbed. His mind buzzed with ideas, schemes, recalls, fears. Master Iku patrolled the sitters with a wood stick. Spotting a wander, through slouch, breath, tiny shifts, he'd tap a shoulder. Not harshly, just to yank focus back. Takeshi got tapped. Music, plenty, but he stuck with it, sensing deep down the dojo teacher sent him for good reason. Month 2 delivered a key moment. In one sitting session, Takeshi's head was extra wild. Thoughts, music everywhere, stress over lost time, annoyance at slow gains. Then Master Iku sounded a bell. Time for slow walking reflection. The group rose, circled the hall slowly. 1 step per breath, full attention. And right then it hit. Takeshi realized presence isn't halting thoughts. It's not letting them rule. Ideas will come. Do you follow or let them drift like clouds? He started observing thoughts without jumping in. Fear about drills. Noted. Just a thought. Back to breath, to walking feel, to now. Thoughts kept coming, but lost grip. Months 3 to 6, going deeper. The center schedule became his everything. Up at 4 a.m. sitting. Quiet, simple meal. Work as reflection. Splitting logs, fetching water, weeding plots. More sitting. Music. Reading holy writings, evening sitting, rest. Every chore done present. Splitting logs. Fully with axe, wood. Music swing. Eating. Taste each rice bit. Reading. Soak in each word. Takeshi found levels of presence he never dreamed. Surface level. Task focus. Deeper. Sensing gaps between ideas. Even deeper. Spotting the constant awareness under all unchanged by anything. The spiritual music guides called this core mind or true essence. The steady witness never rattled. Month 7 brought the next music trial. Master Iku summoned T-Shirt. 6 months here. You've learned presence and calm. Now, presence and turmoil. He gave T-Shirt a note. A village 3 days hike away. Raiders troubling them. The leader asked for aid. Go solo. Sort it. Return. T-Shirt felt old habits kick in. Warrior mode. At last, use my skills. I'll prove my worth. But beneath, fresh insight. Pride seeking validation. Music noted. He bowed. Yes, teacher. As he packed, Master Iku added. Recall, T-Shirt, aim isn't beating raiders. It's holding presence. Whatever unfolds, stay here now. That's your true trial. T-Shirt hiked 3 days on hill trails. Each step a reflection. Each breath, music, pulling back to now. He reached the village as the sun dipped. The ultimate showdown. The raider boss. The settlement was tiny, about 30 homes. Folks lived scared. The leader explained, a band of Ronin, lordless warriors, keep stealing our supplies, our coins. We're growers, not fighters. We can't stand against them. How many? T-Shirt asked. 5, headed by Katsuru. He was honorable once, but after his boss died, he turned bad. That night, T-Shirt sat reflecting. Tomorrow, face the raiders. 5 skilled fighters versus 1. Old T-Shirt would have planned frantically, feared death. New T-Shirt stayed with what came. Fear arose. He noted it. Yes, fear's here. Makes sense. But didn't let it lead. Music. He recalled lessons. Presence now. Results don't count. Only this instant. Morning came. Raiders 2. 5 tough guys led by Katsu tall, scarred, cold gaze. T-Shirt stepped out unarmed. Raiders chuckled. Village got a guard. 1 kid. Run home before pain. T-Shirt stood in total presence, rooted, alert. Still, Katsuru quieted. Tishi's calm unsettled him. You're not like usual protectors. Who taught you? Yamamoto the wise, music, and master, Iko. Katsuru's gaze shifted. He knew those names, experts among experts. Think you can halt us? T-Shirt smiled softly. Not here to halt. Here to talk. Warrior to warrior. This threw the raiders off. No bold challenge, no threats. T-Shirt, music, went on, steady. Katsuru, you served with pride once. Music, what twisted you to this? For a second, pain flashed in the boss's eyes. My boss fell. My pride with him. This, he waved at the homes, is what's left. No, T-Shirt said, your pride sleeps. Under hurt, under rage, it's there. Other raiders fidgeted. This wasn't standard. T-Shirt moved nearer, open, fully there. Bushido says serve a boss, but what if there's a greater one than any lord? One that can't die or vanish. What? Katsuru gripped his blade, but held. Presence, alertness. The core you that stays when all else fades. Master Iku showed me. Lose boss, home, even life, but not your essence. Quiet filled the dawn air. Katsuru eyed this odd young fighter facing 5 armed with words and calm. You're brave or dumb. Maybe both. T-Shirt smiled, but present too. And now, I offer choice. Keep fear and harm, or recall your true self. A raider snarled, Katsuru, why listen? I'll end him. Drew blade, charged, and T-Shirt stayed still. Total presence. No fear, no fight, just alertness. The blade halted an inch from music, Tishi's neck. He couldn't swing. Tishi's utter lack of fear or pushback made harm feel wrong. The raider retreated, baffled. Katsuru saw it all. Then knelt, head down. Saw the... I lost my way. Others stared shocked. Katsuru rose. We're gone. Won't return. Looked at music T-Shirt. Where's this Master Iku? Mount Koya. Perhaps it'll take a lost man. T-Shirt bowed. No one's lost forever. Just forgotten wholeness. Raiders left. Village safe, not by force, by presence. T-Shirt headed back to Mount Koya. Master Iku waited. What occurred? T-Shirt shared the tale. The master listened, nodding. And your lesson? T-Shirt paused, then insight hit. Presence is the top tool. Not for beating foes, but changing them. Fully present, grounded in alertness. Music, you mirror back. Katsuru saw his essence in my calm. The attacker saw violence's pointlessness in my music non-push. Presence doesn't battle, doesn't have to, it just is, and that being outpowers any blade. Master Ika smiled. Yes, that's the hidden truth great warriors find. Top one isn't overpowering others. It's outgrowing conflict need. Miyamoto Musashi won 60 fights. But late in life, what did he music say? Step by step, cover the long road. Not about 1,000 foes, about presence per step. The new warrior, music wonders how to win this clash. The skilled one, how to stay present in it. The expert realizes, in true presence, music, no clash exists. This is the end lesson. Shoshin, fresh mindset, isn't just learning. It's viewing each instant new, whole. Zanshin, lingering alertness, isn't post-fight watch. It's knowing life is ongoing clash, stay alert always. Fudoshin, steady mind, isn't emotionless. It's so anchored in presence, nothing outside disrupts inner calm. You've grasped these via blade, but now see they fit all, every talk, music, every bite, every breath. This is true warrior, not killer, but life bringer through presence. Teacher bowed deep. Thanks, teacher, for all. Your time here ends. We're next. Teacher pondered. Back to Yamamoto's hall. Not learner, teacher, to share what I know. Good. Cycle closes. Learner turns expert. Expert turns learner. The way. The warrior insight 10 years on. Teacher leads the hall. Yamamoto retired to solitude. A fresh learner arrives. Young, keen, skilled but worried. Reminds, music, teacher of his past self. Teacher, I aim to be Japan's best blade master. Teacher grins. He's heard it before, said it too. Sit with me. They kneel by the altar. Same one where Yamamoto taught Shoshin long ago. See this hanging? Teacher points to symbols. Yes, teacher. What says? Shoshin, fresh mindset. Mean to you. The kid thinks. Approach drills humbly. Yes. More. Be here for this instant. Not when you're top. This instant, music here now. Secret. No instant you become best. Only this next. Fully present each, you'll find what top masters know. Blade's a tool. Presence the weapon. And presence doesn't crown you best fighter. It sets you free. The kid looks puzzled. Just like teacher once. Don't get it, teacher. You will with practice. Before blades, we start elsewhere. What's that? Teacher gives him a broom. Brushing. And when brushing, just brush. Fully with broom, floor, motion. Can you? The kid seems let down but agrees. Yes, teacher. Teacher watches him start. Sees wandering mind, impatience, urge for big stuff. Sees his 10-year-ago self, smiles. Cycle goes on. Teaching spreads, not by talks, by presence, by showing, by countless tiny music instants of full here now. This is warrior path. Not harm, presence, not control, alertness, not gaining being. Warrior way isn't blade focused. It's presence, fully here, alive, aware each moment. If ready to start this path, train old methods making today's unshakables join. Sign up, practice change. Walk present, live meaningful, become steady. Till next insight, fighter.